Welcome back to Final Fantasy 16. We've just had our ass handed to us by Odin for a second time, and now we're trying to escape. So let's see how well that goes, shall we? The Shadow Coast.
I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn.
Or naked.
This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so lone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is.
Credit where it's due, he's not once looked at her boobs.
This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me.
So we get Shiva's next then. It's nice to see they've gone against the running theme of this game and killed Jill in order for me to get the powers though. At least one person's still alive, I guess.
If I am to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
Oh, finally. It's 20 odd years in the making, they finally kiss for the first time. Screw you, Barnabas. Your attacks led me to getting laid.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last mother crystal.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
I mean, we got get another lecture off that woman. Although fair, we haven't spoken to her in a long time, so It's probably going to be a long lecture. Return to the hideaway.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
Across the Narrow. The power of ice. Clive has claimed a portion of the Eikon Shiva's essence. Attuning with Shiva not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities such as Ice Age, great film, which forcefully knocks back enemies great distances. Abilities details are found in a tab. Shiva's feet. Shiva's iconic feat, Cold Snap, can be used to swiftly move left, right, forward, or back to either dodge attacks or close in on an enemy. So it's kind of like Phoenix Shift.
I should visit Joshua, assuming Talia will allow it.
And we got another plus symbol over there, and it's, of course, it's the guy for the blacksmith. Why wouldn't it be? We haven't got any new hunts though. There's another plus thing at the back there as well. Let's double check. I know there's no yellow dot on there, but yeah, no new hunts. Let's check out Shiva's abilities real quick now. Shiva channeled. So we've got Cold Snap. Slide effortlessly across the ground in any direction, attacking with B while sliding can temporarily freeze an enemy. So it's, yeah, it's just like a better version of Phoenix Shift. Increases permafrost duration. I'm assuming that's the freeze part of it. Can be used at dodging incoming enemy attacks. Can be used as sliding to execute powerful follow-up attack called Frostbite. Enemies struck with Frostbite will become temporarily frozen. Position dodging an enemy attack with Cold Snap freezes all enemies within a radius. This is known as permafrost. So yeah. Okay, that doesn't seem as useful as others. Mesmerize. Launch multiple shards of ice that upon striking smaller enemies draw them towards Clive. Can be used in mid-air. Upgrade fires 3 shards behind Clive. Allows on the icon. That's 2 and 2. That doesn't seem interesting. Yeah, these seem real cheap, so. And then we got Ice Age, which is 3 and 1. Unleash a river of icicles that greatly knocks back any enemies, hold to increase potency. So it's kind of like wind up. Extends precision execution window and on the icon. Rhyme. Summon a colossal ice crystal that deals continuous damage to all enemies that become trapped inside. Gotta be honest, none of these is screaming out to me for the time being. I'm quite disappointed. We'll test them out though, because you never know, they might be useful. Increases crystal duration. Any icon. Well, I said bonus at the bottom. Eh? Awarded for battle techniques during arc. Oh, sorry, no. And then the final one is Diamond Dust. Look at the stagger damage on that, mate. Summon a winter storm that freezes enemies in place within a radius before knocking them back. Increases the number of ice blasts to 2 and increases hits for each blast. assignment to any icon. So, cold snap. What have we got on? We got on a Titan block, which we're not really using anymore. We got wings of light. I can't like that one. Titan block, blind justice, and we got deadly embrace. Which, oh yeah, that's the one. Deadly takedown. Let's get rid of Titan block, because now that we're mainly concentrating on wings of light, we're not really using it. I'll have a little play around and see how I feel about these for a minute. Alright, after my little play around, what I've done is I've got rid of Titan altogether. I've now got Shiva in there, just so we can have a little play around with Shiva's abilities. I've decided for the first one I'm going to take Ice Age, because it seems quite useful for flinging them up in the air and stuff. And then I'm going to test out, obviously, the main one, Diamond Dust, see how that goes. I've got rid of Judgment Bolt again for the time being, because I didn't have enough ability points to master it, so I could assign it to someone. So for the meantime, what I've done is I've dropped satellites and I've put wind up in there. So if we look at my abilities, so we've now got Bahamut, but we've still got wind up because it does a nice chunk of damage. We still got Giga Flare because that does humongous damage. Still going to keep Garuda for Gouge and Aerial Blast because they do good stagger damage. They're useful together for the time being. And then I've got Ice Age with damage, heavy stagger damage and damage. That's all my stagger, and then damage and damage. So until we've tested out Shiva's abilities, that's just what I'm going to go with for the time being. I'm sure I'll find something else. So we had new missives as well, didn't it? Let's check the map real quick. Yeah, so we've got a new letter with also leads to a side quest in it. So we'll go and read the letter first. Actually, no, this guy is blatantly going to want to talk about the blacksmith again, because that's his theme. So we'll speak to him and then we can go check all that out on the way through.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
I'll have to go and do it for him, won't I?
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
This is the fourth time we're having to do something for the blacksmith. Slightly different theme on this one though. It's
How do you...
we'll do something without telling him rather than pestering him for the change. Could do with a new sword. Oh, I hate the look of this one. Probably one of the worst ones so far.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of pep.
Clive. Go on then. You'll not find a better price than that.
Let's stock up to make sure. We've got new crafting recipes here.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
Yeah, please tell me you got a new. Yay, we got an ice brand. Thankfully, we got a different weapon. 5 and 5.
No scratches, all right?
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Fine.
Where's the other plus one now? What does it look like? Actually looks pretty cool. Damn sight better than the one we just had anyway. It's in the gardens again, I think, by the looks of that plus sign. A healer's place. It's Tarja. Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Contrary to what the madding crowds believe, we physicers are not within our limits. I cannot hope to cure every ill, mend every wound, save every life. The only medicine that we will see you home safe without fail is prevention. Not that this knowledge will ever stop any of you from chasing down some of Behemoths for its toenails. Captain Doris. Sir, I and the other Cursebreakers have grown concerned regarding the well-being of our captain, despite the apparent unrest her recent investigations have visited on her. Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. If it is not too much trouble, I would ask you please speak to the captain and learn what troubles her so deeply.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
Self-determination. One thing at a time then. What we're going to do first is we're going to go to Dravost, wherever that is. Was it up here? No, obviously we got... Look at these side quests, man. There's shitloads of them. Yeah, it's Dravost. We'll go there first. What was that noise?
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Oh, he still found his way here.
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it.
Just kiss and make it.
Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
It was a shit piece.
So have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
I'm ready.
You, ready for the off then?
Do this.
We can't afford to waste any
Kill
more
some
time.
Akashic.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravoj till I get back.
Leave it to me.
We start with the heart-to-heart
Give
and
those things what for, yeah?
get on with slapping some Akashic thieves. I got Shiva's abilities to test it here. Oh, it's an Akashic big boy. And a couple of little boys.
All right. Which one of you's first?
Alright, let's test out. We got Ice Age and Diamond Dust.
Too slow.
We gotta try and... Oh yeah, I quite like that. That lasts ages as well. Oh, I pressed the wrong one there. Quite Diamond Dust. Whoa! I just wiped out half his stagger bar. Ugh. Concentrating on what was going on with the big horn. Didn't take long for them to build back up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, great. You throw a griffin in there as well. You can cheese this for as long as you want, man. Let's see if it does it again. Half a stagger bar. That's insane, man. Like this. You don't really need the cooldown for that, you really do.
Is that it?
Nope.
Apparently not.
Chimera by the looks of that.
Not getting past me.
Canyon Chimera. Oh crap. Come on, man. That does mean, obviously, I won't be able to attack while using Mega Flare, but I'll just have to get better at the dodging side of things. I was paying attention, and that's my fault. Get over the fact that there's like half a stagger bar, and the follow-up gives it like a real high. Quick to build back up as well, look. And now I'm testing them. I actually quite like Shiva's abilities. Once I get used to like sort of putting them into a routine of attacks, they should be really good, but that half stagger bar is ridiculous. And that freeze lasts for a long time as well when you
The question is,
dodge perfectly.
did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
I think, obviously now if Shiva's does half a stagger bar, we don't really need the deadly pull down anymore from Garuda. But I still like using Gauge and Tornado, so I'm trying to think of another Titan's iconic ability, or iconic feat, whatever they're called, put in place. But yeah, I don't like Ramu's, but I don't like Phoenixes, or I don't need Phoenixes if I've got Shivas. So I don't know. I'll have to have a little think. And maybe have a little play around, because if we can put like if we're gonna need a deadly pull down anyway, aren't we? Because it saves having to spend more points on maximizing to put them on something else. I don't know, we'll see.
Sid, you're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravoj needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravoj isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoj what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, they finally kissed and made up. Bless them.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Oh, look, another seal.
And this is?
Should have guessed.
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with a hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome, as long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
So I get a banging new sword out of all this, I take it? Return to the as speak. Oh, I was going to say that should be it, shouldn't it?
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leatherwork for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
Well then, let's see it. I've just brought a new sword, or made a new sword, but this one's supposed to be better.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Well, it looks quite cool, actually.
To end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsmen alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravozd.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say some of the ingredients needed are from, like, endgame hunts. We got a level up there. Level 41. Gotter, Damarung draft designs. And a Ragnarok. Take a peek at what we need.
Sancthornian, do you?
There it is. So we need the Ragnarok, which we just got. 75 adds. Orichalcum, Dark Steel, and Primitive Battle Horn. Both from Hunt, as I said, so... Still, 75 extra. Does it say that about...
What do I owe the honour? I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again, let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend of me, Clive. The best.
Here you
Do, Clive.
Does that mean we got new hunts then, does it? No, not yet. So they're sort of later game hunts that we haven't unlocked yet. That makes sense. Can we put on my new... new sword?
Farmers are abandoning their fields.
Well, I'm going to end this episode here since we've been going long enough. And then next time we'll knock out some more of these side quests. There's quite a few of them to do, so we've got our work cut out for us. There's another plus somewhere in the hideout. Pretty sure it's the guy... No, even weirder science, so it means we can hold more potions, I'm going to guess. So yeah, we'll do that in the next one. So a massive thank you as always for those of you who are watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you join me in the next one for some more Final Fantasy 16.